Okay, so this video is going to show you how to key a basic letter. We're in Word. I have the ruler bar turned on. I also have the Show Hide tool turned on. The ruler bar, if you want to have it turned on, if you just go to View and then click on Ruler right there. So I am assuming that you have looked at the letter layout precedent and you have the Andrews letter beside you. Which is, I'm just going to basically reproduce that. So let me just start by putting in the date. So when you are putting a date in a letter, it is always going to be the standard layout. It's not going to be 3/8/16 or anything like that. It's always going to be month, day, followed by a comma, followed by a space, followed by the year. So then I'm going to enter about 4 times, and then I'm going to type the inside address. This is the same information, exactly the same information that's going to go on the envelope for the letter. And then I'm going to enter a couple of times. So you may notice, if you are looking at the Andrews letter beside you, you may notice that there's a lot of extra space here. What happens here is that Word comes with a default setting, usually adding a little bit extra space every time you hit enter, plus adding a little bit of space in between the lines, so it's not quite single spaced. So you can go in and change these settings, but there's an easier way to do that. If you select everything that you've keyed so far, so if you do a Control A, and that selects the entire document, and then in the Home tab, in the Styles group, you're going to click on the normal style, and click on that, and that gets rid of all of that extra spacing. That's turned your spacing after to 0 and changed your line spacing to single. Just saves you a little bit of time. So we are going to type the salutation. So this is a business letter. Business letters always finish with a colon, and that's the two little dots, one on top of each other. And then I'm just going to enter a couple more times and type in the re. So every letter comes with a reline or a subject line. It basically gives a little bit of information to the reader about what the letter is regarding. And then we're just going to enter a couple of more times, and then rather than me typing in the body of the letter and you having to watch me, I'm just going to do a copy and paste. So there is the body of the letter right there, and now we're ready to finish it off. So the body of the letter, each paragraph is single spaced, and there is double spacing in between the paragraphs just to set it out. And then this last little blurb here is, even though it's a very short sentence, that's still considered a paragraph. So now I'm going to just finish off the closing block. So yours truly, yours very truly, yours sincerely, whatever the preferences happen to be. You'll notice that the word truly is not capitalized, just the word yours, and follow that by a comma, and then enter 3 or 4 times. This is where the person signing the letter has room to sign their name, and then underneath we're going to put the signer's name. And then just enter a couple of times, and we're going to type in the signer's initials in full caps, followed by a slash, followed by your initials, lowercase. So the person who's signing the letter, their initials in full caps, followed by a slash, followed by your initials in lowercase. This is just a very traditional letter formatting thing. Finally, this letter includes an enclosure or some material that's enclosed with the letter, and so anytime that you have something like that, you're going to type this at the bottom of the letter, this or ENC period. You'll see this in a couple of different formats, but that's a very, very traditional kind of thing to have. So there is your letter.